Hey everybody, Kathy here, your Maniac. I just wanted to share with you another way that I sometimes soak off gel polish or dipping powder nails, and it's super easy. The thing I love about it is it allows you to still be kind of mobile and move your fingers instead of sticking them in a dish like the Baggie Method, which is super effective, but I hate sitting there for like 12 minutes with nothing to do. I mean, I usually put on a Netflix or something. But anyway, and the way we're gonna do it is using these finger Cots, which I just bought on Amazon, a huge bag of them. There's like 100 or something in here. And they're basically like the tips of latex gloves, but without the full glove. So what you're gonna do is use some form of cotton. I use the cotton coil just because I use a lot. You're gonna go ahead and soak that in a little acetone, put it over your finger, and then you just roll these out right over top of your finger, and they're gonna go all the way down to the end of your finger while it soaks off, and then you just leave them for about 10 minutes. But the great thing is you can move around with them on and still do things. You know, you want to be careful because there is acetone in there, and if it breaks open, the acetone can get out. But you know, within reason, you can still kind of do some things while you're soaking off your nails, which I think is really great. So let me show you how it's done. So here we are. Like I mentioned, we've got 10 of our little finger Cots that we bought off Amazon, and then 10 pieces of that cotton. Again, I use the coil, so it's a big long piece, and I just break it off in the size pieces that I want. You can definitely also use cotton rounds, any like beauty cotton. You could probably cut these up into 4 pieces with some scissors and use 1/4 for each nail. That would definitely probably work. And then in my little pump bottle, I just have a 100% acetone. Again, make sure it is 100% acetone so that it comes off all the way, because if you use nail polish remover with just some acetone, it's not gonna work because it's not gonna take it off. So the first thing I do when I am taking off a set of nails is I'm going to use my e-file, and I'm gonna buff down just as much of this as I can so that it's less work for the acetone to do. So. Okay, so you can see I've got almost all of those off there, and I left my heart eyes because I'm going to be doing this to the rest of my nails when we're done. Check the card in the corner for that. All right, so as I mentioned, we're just now going to break up these pieces and use our pump bottle to get those soaked in acetone, and then we just put it over top of our finger. Make sure you have a decent amount on there. And then we're just going to roll this. You want to roll it so that it's going to roll out. So if you put it this way, you're not going to be able to unroll it. So put your finger into the edge that's going over, and then just push. It squishes out some of the acetone, so be careful. And then that's that. So we're going to do all 10 of these babies. Okay. So there we are. I know it looks a little bit funny, but in about 15 minutes, we're gonna be able to just pull these off and they'll be good to go. Okay, we are back. It's been about 13, 14 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. What I do before is just go ahead and give that cotton a rub around, and then we'll just go ahead and pull it. Look at that. Hopefully it worked with all of them. That one's still got some on there, so we'll have to redo. Sometimes because the dip isn't exactly quite even, or if the cotton didn't sit on it evenly, then it won't, you'll have lumps like that, but we can fix that in a minute. Interested to see how this worked out because it was a glitter. Not too bad. Got most of it. So for me, this is just so much better than sitting with my fingers in a bowl forever and ever. And I don't necessarily mind if there's a little bit of clear on here. I can buff it off. Once it's been softened by the acetone, we can use the e-file and get a lot of that off pretty easily. Pretty good. Yeah. There's just a little bit left on there, so I'll just grab my buffer and kind of just try and pull that off of there. And again, if it's being stubborn, we're going to grab a second round of acetone and let those sit. And they'll only need another probably 4 minutes or so. So you're going to go in the trash. And the acetone in there will just dry right up because it's exposed to the air. So get a good amount of acetone on there, right on that spot where we want it. And glitter always just takes a lot longer to come off. Let's see, you can see we have just a little bit of that clear dip still on there, so we'll just put that right on there and cover it up. Leave that for a couple minutes while we buff off the rest of this glitter. Trying not to get acetone on this. These two that I don't want to have to redo them. I can if I need to, but all right. So now we've got just a little bit of glitter right there. We can take care of that. If you've heard me say a ton of times, I think, that my nails peel, and this is an example of what happens here. I mean, they're fairly strong now that I keep the dip on it most of the time. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to just go ahead and soak off the rest of these and my pinkies the rest of the way, and then we'll be underway with a new mani. As always, if you have any questions, hit us down in the comments below. Question of the day for today: what is your favorite method to remove dip polish? Let me know what you do. If you have any tips, tricks, I'm always open to new ideas. As always, please make sure that you share this video with your friends. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, and make sure and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming, including this beautiful matte Valentine's Day mani that we'll be doing here coming up. We'll see you next time on the Maniac.